Thank you for logging on to this Norwell High School sports broadcast brought to you by WellsCountyVoice.com, a division of the Voice Enterprises. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors you hear throughout the game. So be sure to visit their businesses and use their services as often as possible, and tell them thanks for their support. We encourage you to go to the games and support your local team, but when you just can't make it, we're here for you. Now it's time for the pregame show on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Norwell Night Basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker bringing you the action this evening from Heritage High School in eastern Allen County. We've got a little bit of a internet issue tonight. If your screen should freeze, just click the refresh button on your browser, and hopefully that will bring you back to us. Our internet connection is not as strong as what we would like it this evening. Derek's done everything he can on it and sped it up to the point where we hope we'll be able to bring you a clean broadcast tonight. We do have a little bit of a backlog right now, so we'll just have to kind of see how it goes. The Knights come into this one at 8-4. The Heritage Patriots at 5-5. Of course, this is a non-conference game for these two squads. Heritage a part of the Allen County Athletic Conference. They just got done with their conference tournament. And Norwell, of course, a part of the NE8. They do have several common opponents. Norwell 2-1 against common foes. Heritage 2-0. And the big win that Heritage had of those two was Leo. Norwell's lost to them once, beat them once. Most importantly, Norwell beat them in conference play, so Norwell still undefeated in conference play, and they'll continue that on Saturday night at New Haven. That'll be brought to you by the New Haven crew, simulcast on Allen County Voice and WellsCountyVoice.com. Norwell is the favorite tonight, Derek, by 6.
You know, and I'd actually be a little bit surprised if they get to 50 points. This is going to be a game where there are going to be limited possessions. Heritage really likes to take some long looks at the basket. They like to swing it around, look for the best possible shot. They've had some possessions this year already go 90 seconds plus. So it's going to be a frustrating game for the Knights to play defense for 90 seconds without giving up a basket. They only average 42 points a game on the year. Of course, that big win was against Leo in overtime. That was the first game of the year for the Patriots by a score of 41-40, coming off the ACAC championship loss to Woodland. Or actually, it was a semifinal loss, 35-32.
Yep. Woodland went on to win the ACAC tournament. Woodland's on a real roll right now over the last few years. Of course, the Jay County girls won the ACAC tournament and manhandled the Norwell girls last night down at Jay County. A little bit of a foggy drive home. It
was a foggy drive home, and the Knights looked a little foggy on the floor.
Yeah, they did.
Only 33 points. That's the fewest offensive output since the semi-state game against Western in 2014. So it's a real struggle for them. Now, these two teams here tonight have a serious history between the two of them.
Yeah, they do.
Ever since 2012, there hasn't been a game decided by more than 8 points either way. There's been 3 combined overtimes between these two teams in the last 6 outings, so we expect another good one tonight, but I think Norwell holds a slight edge.
The series over the last 30 years, Norwell pretty dominant in the win column, 24-10 over those 30 years. Obviously, they've played a lot, going all the way back to ACAC days. I was telling Coach Dugan, I'll never forget the former coach Brad Keys, who was replaced last year by Barry Singry. I'll never forget him hitting a shot at the Coliseum, packed house, from beyond half court to win a game in that tournament at the old, and of course that was the glory days of basketball before the three-pointer, prior to the split up of that conference and so forth. But very memorable game there. The other game that very memorable here at Heritage, that 6 years ago now, seems like yesterday, but I don't know if were you here for that game? Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Norwell was, I think, down 10 with under 2 minutes left, they were down 5 with 10 seconds left, and Josh was hitting threes all over the place in the fourth quarter, and then he was a good play by Keys, fouled him in the backcourt, leading by 3. He hit the front end of the free throws, intentionally missed the second one, rebounded it himself, got it to freshman David Vogel. Vogel teardropped from about 6 foot, the shot that tied the game. Then they went on to win by like 8 in overtime. But one of the more memorable games between these two squads. Thanks for indulging me a memory there. It was a lot of fun here at Heritage, and I don't think Norwell's lost at Heritage now in quite a long time.
The last time we were here, Ian Kissel led the Knights to victory.
That's right.
2 years ago, and that was a good one, but again, I think it's 50-43, so not a lot of points in that one either, and Heritage has played that way the last several years. Of course, last year, these two teams met in the regular season down at Norwell. Heritage came storming back, back with a furious rally in the last few minutes, started hitting threes right and left, and Norwell held on 56-50 for an overtime victory.
Yep, and the Patriots are a bit weakened this evening as their team captain, junior Abram Beard, out with the flu, will not be playing tonight. That's going to hurt him because really their main scorers have been Beard and then Riley Shane, their other scorer. Now they do have some other players that I would expect to step up tonight. Their point guard is sophomore Walter Kanapke. They've also got a couple other seniors returning from the squad last year. They got some playing time in Malcolm Smith and Ryan Sprague. It'll be interesting to see who they start. Well, I guess we got that. Instead of Beard, I'm guessing, Lamar Hudson, number 32, a 6'4" junior starting in place of Abram Beard tonight. And we'll get the full list of starters here in just a few minutes. Heritage lost a couple of big factors for them last year in Jackway and Billy Lomo to graduation. Between the two of them, they averaged about 25 points.
Yeah, they really led this team, and you talked about it. Abram Beard is a tough loss for this Heritage team who has struggled to score points on a consistent basis this year. Their team high, I think, is 52 on the season, so that's a little bit of a struggle. But on the defensive end, they've done a real nice job. They haven't given up more than 58 in a game. We know this Norwell team has progressively gotten much better on offense. Their offense really starting to move a little bit better. They're getting shots quicker in possessions as opposed to the beginning of the year where they were taking 45 to 60 seconds at times to get a good look. But their offense is clicking. They're playing some of their best basketball of the year so far, and we expect a good one here this evening.
And it is going to be loud where we are located tonight, as we are literally right beside the Heritage Pep Band for the first time ever up in this corner. You talked about the offensive surge that Norwell's been experiencing the last couple of weeks. That's really been led by the freshman, Will Geiger. Will averaging 11.4 points a game coming into this one tonight, and 9.9 rebounds a game, almost a double-double. He had 15 rebounds in their most recent win.
Yeah, that's really impressive against Belmont. Of course, he had to have 6 or 7 in the first quarter. I mean, he was really dominated on the boards against Belmont. Of course, Belmont was just handled and overpowered by the Knights as, they kind of tried to press and get back into the game in the third quarter, and Norwell just started to run, and they beat him in all facets of the game. Much more athletic team, and Norwell come away with the victory there. They're undefeated in the conference. They're tied with New Haven and Huntington North, who also come in to the weekend undefeated. Norwell's got probably their biggest game of this conference season so far, and what may have a big role in deciding the conference on the road at Armstrong Arena Saturday against New Haven.
That's exactly right. Talking about the Norwell offense, the other two players averaging double figures. Cole Wilson now up to 13.3 after having a big night against Belmont. And, of course, leader of this squad all year, the senior Cody Shively, averaging 15.6 a game coming into this one tonight.
Cole Wilson does a really nice job of streaking along that back baseline and running the baseline, getting really easy baskets right at the rim, and he's done a nice job all year of finishing there. He's got great body control. He's got a good ability to play through contact, and he's a pretty good free throw shooter as well, so he's able to get a lot of points in that facet of the game, and he's been really fun to watch in his junior season.
Yeah, he really has. Now, he hasn't maybe had the consistency that he would like, but he had 19 against Belmont at home the other night. He was our player of the game, and really stepped in when they were face guarding Cody Shively, especially in that first half, and did a great job offensively for the night. We will let you enjoy the national anthem with us here at Heritage. Well, I'm sure, folks, you didn't have any trouble hearing the national anthem this evening. We're just about set for our starting lineups. We will turn it over now to the public address announce here in just a moment. Here we go. Once again, your starters for the visitors on the scoreboard, your Norwell Knights. It's Cody Shively, Luke Zettis, Riley Stauffer, Cole Wilson, and Will Geiger for head coach Mike McBride. He's in his First year at Norwell, 13th year overall with a record of 127 and 150. For Heritage, it's Walter Kanapke, Ryan Sprague, Riley Shane, Malcolm Smith, and Lamar Hudson, as Will Geiger able to control the tip. Of course, the head coach for Heritage in his second year, Barry Singry. The Knights right at us here to start this one. Heritage playing a man-to-man defense. Geiger looked for Shively there on the back cut. Instead blows right by Hudson. Can't get it to go. Just a little hard off the backboard. Good look there for Will. Kanapke will leave it for Shane. Shane, as we mentioned, a big scorer for Heritage. It'll be out of bounds off of Shane and will be Norwell's basketball. So each team a little off on their first shots here to start this one. Derek, you mentioned the fact that points may be hard to come by with the style of play, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Luke Zettis, an illegal pick up top. His first, team's first, game's first. Walter Kanapke, sophomore point guard, will bring it across the timeline. Norwell also playing a man-to-man to start things off here. That's Hudson way up top, cutting underneath Shane. Shane takes a little contact, can't get it to go, and on the rebound they're going to call a foul. That'll go on Luke Zettis, so he picks up 2 fouls in a minute and 2 seconds. They're actually calling that a shooting foul.
Yeah, it was on the second attempt after the rebound, and wow, don't see that too often on a free throw.
No, in fact, I can't tell you the last time I saw that on a free throw, the ball sticking on the rim. As Grant McMichael checks in for Zettis.
Now, Heritage got a couple quick shots on their first 2 possessions. Surprised me a little bit out of the gate. I thought maybe they'd be a little more patient, but Shane not afraid to put it up there as he missed both free ones.
The lefty cold to start this one. Looks like he's listed at 6'4". Looks like he weighs about $150. Not a lot of meat on those bones. Shane is a senior. That's Stauffer with the basketball being guarded by Kanapke. Wilson leaves it for Shively. They leave Shively, and a little short on the 3-ball attempt.
Now, if Shively gets looks like that all night, he's going to make him pay at one point.
Well, they had him double teamed, and both players ran away from him. Had a good look, and I think he was surprised he was as open as he was. Still no score in this one. We're a minute and a half in. Hudson, who's playing in place of Abram Beard. And, Shane traveled with the basketball. That'll be the first turnover of the game. Heritage 0 of 2 from the field, as is Norwell to this point. Shively's being guarded by Smith. Smith, one of those incoming seniors we talked about. There's Riley Stauffer for 3. That's good. And that gets the game scoring started. Norwell on the board first, and they'll bring a little 1-2-2 pressure here. Into the front court is Sprague. He'll leave it for Kanapke, and the Knights will fall back into a man-to-man off that opening pressure. Sprague looking for some movement. Not a lot of movement going on here by Heritage. They're very spread out on the floor, and that's thrown away by Hudson, the second turnover. As Coach McBride, I had a chance to talk to him before the game, and he mentioned the fact they might bring a little bit more pressure, especially with Beard not able to play tonight.
That's right, but they're really struggling on offense. All 3 of their possessions, now granted their first 2 resulted in a quick miss, but that one, they didn't get any look at all. They were nowhere close to getting a shot off.
Cole Wilson picks up, that wasn't Cole Wilson. That was Ryan Sprague for Heritage picking up his first foul. First on the team as well. Stauffer gets it into Geiger. Geiger stripped from behind. It'll remain Norwell's ball. That was a good drop and dig by Ryan Sprague. As Will had gotten good possession inside. Shively will launch another 3. This is off the rim, rebounded by Cole Wilson, good effort there by Cole. He's being guarded by Sprague. Stauffer loses the handle, but McMichael in the right spot. Shively on the kick. Now Geiger will try to go baseline. Good defense there by Hudson. Shively throws it away. That'll be the first turnover on the Knights.
Well, if this game goes anything like the first 3+ minutes, this is going to be really low scoring, as neither team's gotten that many good looks. Norwell's got a couple open threes, but just 1 for 3 from beyond the arc to this point.
Shane checks back into the basketball game. Jarrett Keys is in there as well. I missed him coming in. Keys is just a freshman. He's the son of former head coach here, Brad Keys, and with the pressure, Heritage has to burn a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We're going to take a real quick break, Derek, and be right back with the Knights up 3.
False misconceptions about collision repair. Brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance company is responsible for selecting the shop to repair your vehicle.
False. Insurance agents and adjusters have no authority in telling you where to have your vehicle repaired. It's your investment and responsibility to select a competent collision repair facility.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit laurensbodyshop.com.
Back here at Heritage, Norwell up 3-0. Heritage yet to get on the board. By the way, the JV won another basketball game tonight. They continue to improve. Quentin Purdy had 17 for your JV Knights as Keys crosses into the front court. We mentioned just a freshman. He's listed at 5'10". Sprague being guarded by Geiger. Nice move. Gets to the rim. And Ryan Sprague with the first basket for Heritage.
Boy, Sprague just kind of blew by Geiger that time and got right to the rack.
Yeah, good first step by the 6-foot senior. Norwell with their motion offense. I don't know that it's pure motion offense, but there is quite a bit of movement in it. That's Wilson up top, trying to drive and being tied up. It's going to be called a jump ball. It'll be the Patriots basketball. So second turnover on the Knights. Each team now with 2. 3:47 left in this first quarter. And the Knights are going to bring a little pressure up top. Boy, if I'm Norwell, I'm putting a lot of pressure on that freshman point guard. Walter Kanapke out of the game. Keys finds Smith. Smith not being guarded very closely by Stauffer. That far from the basket, you wouldn't expect it. As Smith looking things over. The Heritage offense very spread out, a lot of space. And they don't look to drive much either. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to accomplish here, whether it's a post move. There's Shane, he'll kick it out. And Smith will launch a quick three-pointer and hit it. Malcolm Smith, the lefty, buries his first shot, and Heritage takes their first lead of the game.
It's a drive and kick, and then an extra pass along the perimeter gave Heritage the open 3 look.
Probably not the best look they had in that sequence, but Smith able to knock it down. Geiger, now Stauffer. Cole Wilson thought about it. Instead, he'll take it to the hole. Can't get it to go. The rebound controlled by Shane. Knights have had a couple good looks along the baseline and just not able to get them to go so far. 2:22 left in this first quarter. Lamar Hudson is handling it up top. Hudson, a 6'4" junior, and that was Riley Shane with his first basket. Heritage on a little run here. They've scored 7 straight. That's Cole Wilson for 3, no good. It's out of bounds, and it'll be Heritage basketball.
Knights just not able to shoot well in the early going here. The only basket of 3 from Riley Stauffer, and it's 7-3.
1 for 6 from the field so far are the Knights.
Now these shots are much more important in a game like this where you're not going to get nearly as many as you normally do off.
Walter Kanapke re-entered for the Patriots, by the way. He's got the basketball. Now Shane up top. Shane being guarded by Stauffer. That's quite a mismatch in size. The Knights have an advantage with Geiger guarding Smith. Now they've switched out. Underneath, that's Shane on the cut, and he can't get the right-handed shot to go. Now that's the offhand for Shane. He's left-handed as well. Coach McBride giving some specific instructions to the offense here. They've had good looks, Derek. They just haven't been able to knock them down. That's going to be a foul on the Patriots. I think it's going to go on Cameron Mitchell, who entered after the timeout. It is his first. 2 team fouls apiece on the squads. Cody Shively wide open for 3, and he gets that one to go.
That's a really good play because Will Geiger, teams are used to him going right up with that at the basket underneath, and instead kicks to
There's
Shively.
the steal by Shively. He
Steal.
just took it away from the freshman and scores. Cody Shively with the steal and score. Third turnover on the Patriots, and Knights get the lead back. I thought this might be the case, is if the Knights can put a lot of pressure on in the backcourt and then get a forced shot like that from Walter Kanapke, they'll be able to go on a run if they can hit a few shots here.
Boy, tables turned really quickly there. In a matter of about 10 seconds, the Knights all of a sudden had the lead back.
The Knights have scored 5 straight, 26 on the clock. Here in the first quarter, Norwell will try to hold it for one last look, unless they get a layup before the buzzer. Shively being guarded by Smith. 10 seconds now. That's Stauffer on the wing. Wilson finds Shively. Shively gets the shot off and hits the high archer. He took some contact from Smith as well. That's a big shot for the Knights. They score the last 8 points of the quarter, take a 4-point lead into the break. We'll take a break as well and be back with second quarter action after these words.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is now open at Timber Ridge Golf Course, 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton, and it's bigger and better than ever. You can enjoy the same fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Reservations are recommended by calling 260-353-1360. Everyone is welcome at T.W. Fable. T.W. Fable is now taking reservations for holiday parties. Be sure to get your date locked in before they're all filled up. Call 353-1360.
Yeah, welcome back to Heritage High School. We are just at the start of the second quarter. Cody Shively scored the last 8 points of the quarter for the Norwell Knights, and they take an 11-7 lead into the second.
James Smith in there out of the break for the Knights. The tough pass underneath to Geiger. Couldn't handle it, but he got it back and got fouled. Boy, Will Geiger doing a great job of getting after the basketball. That foul will go on 24, Cameron Mitchell. That's his second, team's third. Boy, a good effort there by Will Geiger.
Can't believe he made that pass, and then can't believe he was able to hang on to it and go up strong to the basket as he gets the first free throw to go.
Checking in for Heritage, that's Ryan Sprague, as Mitchell sets with those 2 fouls. Geiger good on both free throws. Boy, has he improved his free throw shooting. Coach McBride talked about that a little bit after the Belmont game, as that's thrown away. Boy, just a bad pass there by the freshman. Smith handling it up top for the Knights. He'll leave it for Shively. That was actually Malcolm Smith that sat down, as Cameron Mitchell's still in the game. Stauffer can't get the 3 to go. He hit his first one. Riley with 3 points so far. Knapke looking for help up top. That's Mitchell. Heritage very, very patient. They're not Doug Hicks patient, but close as Riley Shane launches a three that's nowhere near the basket. That was Cole Wilson that came down with the rebound. Shively will leave it for Smith, who launches the three, no good, but there's Will Geiger with the offensive rebound. They're going to say that's Heritage basketball. Back in for Heritage, Malcolm Smith and Lamar Hudson. Knapke and Mitchell take a seat. 6:43 left in the half.
Any lead in this game is monumental when you're playing at a slow pace, especially for Heritage, because we know Heritage cannot play fast. And it's okay for Norwell if they get behind by a few. They were able to create some quick points there late in the first quarter, and they have a 6-point lead now and force a turnover.
Shane turns it over on the travel. The Knights' pressure definitely being effective so far against the Patriots. And Coach Singry wants another timeout to try to figure out how to score against this Norwell Knight defense. I think it was a full timeout, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a timeout as well and be right back after these words.
Aussie and Do It Best Hardware is your one-stop shop for all your home repair needs, featuring Valspar paints. They have propane refill, screen repair, and a complete rental center, along with a large selection of home improvement items, from electrical and plumbing supplies down to the nuts and bolts you need. Summer has been beautiful this year, but it's time to start thinking about the fall projects that need done around the house. Visit Aussie and Do It Best on Hirely Drive, just off Highway 1 in Ossian.
6:33 left here in the second quarter. Heritage struggling to make headway offensively. 5 turnovers already, 3 of 7 from the field. They did hit their only three-pointer in the first quarter, and they've only taken one shot here in the second quarter, 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Norwell scored the last 10 points, and it's boosted them to a 6-point lead, and they'll have the basketball coming out of this Heritage timeout.
Very streaky game so far. Norwell scored the first 3. Heritage scored the next 7, and Norwell scored the next 10. So we'll see how that shifts here. There's a good pass into Cole Wilson. He's going to be fouled by Riley Shane. That'll be Shane's first, team's fourth foul. Norwell with just 2 team fouls so far. Wilson on the inbounds play. Geiger isolated against Hudson. On the turnaround, can't get it to go, but there's Cole Wilson. And Cole Wilson with the teardrop. Boy, excellent work on the boards so far by the Knights. Similar to the work they did against Belmont the other evening. Smith in the front court, reluctant to dribble. He's going to be fouled by Wilson. That'll be the first foul on Cole, team's third.
Well, Heritage had some trouble there getting across the half-court line. That was close to 10 seconds.
It was. And
Knights,
Wilson with some tight defense.
Yeah, Knights playing good backcourt pressure so far, and it's pressuring Heritage into making some bad decisions.
Well, I notice Shane now handling the basketball. He's the biggest player on the floor for either team. Shively again gets his hand on it. Sprague is going to be fouled, I guess. Wow, it's going to go on Cody Shively. That's a tough foul as Sprague was laying on the ground. Sprague will inbound, and Shane will bring it up. The freshman Key's still in there, but they've taken the ball out of his hands. I'm assuming he's a three-point shooter as Shane on the drive gets it to go. His 4th point ends the Norwell run. Norwell had scored 12 consecutive. Now with a 6-point lead. Smith gets into the lane, can't get it to go, but there's Geiger again with the offensive rebound. He can't get his shot to go. And the Patriots head the other way. Jarrett Keys up top with 5 minutes. Leaves it for Smith. That's Malcolm Smith. Keys rushes back out to get it. being guarded by Cole Wilson. Doesn't appear that Keys wants to necessarily put the basketball on the floor. Sprague now being guarded closely by Shively with the jump stop from 15 feet. That typically does not bode well for an offense. Norwell playing very good defense in this set.
Heritage is really tentative to put the ball on the floor. They don't want to lose their dribble. I don't know what the deal is, but perimeter players are going to hold it more times than not.
Well, they've been stripped several times putting the ball on the floor. There's a double pick as Jarrett Keys gets open for two, his first points of the game. Nice offensive set there for Heritage, a lot of patience. Keys got wide open coming off a double screen.
Yeah, that's the theme of a Heritage possession. It takes forever, they're really patient, and it results in a basket.
Geiger will launch the short jumper, can't get the roll, and Shane pulls down the rebound. They'll walk it across the timeline. So Heritage on a little run here. They've scored the last four. 3:30 left in the half. Boy, and Heritage they just take the air out of the basketball.
That's why it's so important for the Knights to finish on the other end of the floor.
Keys up top. That's Shane. Shane, the only player to really show much offensive aggressiveness at all. Gets his own rebound, gets blocked, but there is a foul on the play. We'll have to check it. There were a couple of Knights in the vicinity. Looks like it's on Cole Wilson. That's his second, team's fifth. That'll send Shane to the line to shoot a pair. He missed his first two back in the first quarter. Shane 2 of 6, from the field, and he's able to knock down a free throw. Checking in for Norwell, Brandon Nicholson and Luke Zettis. Luke's out there with 2 fouls. Also checking back in for Heritage, Walter Kanapke. And Shane, 1 for 2 from the line, now 1 for 4 for the game. 3-point lead for your Knights. Shively into the front court being guarded by Smith. Now Smith on the curl, loses the basketball. Nicholson there. And Smith will reset things for the Knights. He's being guarded by Sprague. That's Zettis in the corner. Norwell being patient right now. Oh, good find from Shively to Smith. Smith with an air ball, but Nicholson able to track down the rebound. Good job by Brandon. 2:30 left in the second quarter. There's Stauffer for 3, no good, but Shively gets the rebound. He'll put up a 3 and hit it.
Well, when you get 3 good looks from outside, you're bound to hit one of them, especially when you're a pretty good three-point shooting team, as is Norwell, and they retake that 6-point lead.
Couple of fortunate bounces there, really, for the Knights, especially the last one to Cody Shively. Shively now with 11 points here in this first half. He's got 11 and Norwell's 18. Malcolm Smith handling it up top for the Patriots. No real pressure out there. If I'm Coach McBride, I'm trying to put even more pressure on the ball. I just don't think Heritage can handle the basketball very well. I don't care if they are 25 feet from the floor. As Lamar Hudson will launch an awkward-looking 3. I'm guessing Coach Singry didn't necessarily want that shot as he puts his hands on his hips.
Well, that's the shot the Knights want to force.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Lamar Hudson's going to come out of the basketball game. Cameron Mitchell just sent to the scorer's bench. Shively gets a step on his man. A lot of contact, and they're going to call it. It was a little bit delayed, but there was definite contact there between Lamar Hudson and Cody Shively. It'll send Cody to the line to shoot a pair. Heritage now with 5 team fouls as well. Cody's first. Nice soft touch. Mitchell checks in for Hudson for Heritage. Also, Will Geiger back in there for the Knights, replacing Brandon Nicholson. As Shively gives the Knights 2 more. 20-12 lead now for Norwell. Grant McMichael checks in for the Knights, replacing Luke Zetas. Minute 17 on the clock here in this second quarter. Walter Kanapke leaves it for Sprague. You might, and that might be an adjustment that Coach McBride makes at halftime, just to put more ball pressure on the Patriots, maybe force the action a little bit. Sprague into the lane, probably traveled, and gets the shot to go. Sprague 2 for 2 on the evening.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Knights might look for one shot here with about 40 seconds to go in the quarter.
That's Shively being guarded by Smith up top. Now Stauffer. Stauffer will leave it for Smith, and Smith will put it on his hip. 27 seconds left. Heritage has stuck with that man-to-man the whole way. Of course, last year, I don't know that they played anything but a man-to-man last year. Certainly not when we saw them. Comments from Coach Singry kind of led you to believe they played nothing but man-to-man. 5 seconds on the clock. Norwell needs to move. Smith will launch an awkward three, no good, and that will end the first half. Your Knights with a 6-point lead. It's 20-14 here at halftime as they head to the locker rooms. We'll take a break, hear from a couple sponsors, and be back with your halftime show after these words.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money. You're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Blooming Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Blooming Boutique.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe in the American dream of owning a home. Having a space you can call your own. In fact, we've helped people realize that dream for over 125 years. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, refinance an existing loan, or move into something a little bigger, we believe our lending experts have the local knowledge and experience to help make your dream a reality. Apply online at firstbankofbern.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dan and Jane with Daniels Jewelers in Bluffton.
We want to remind everyone that we do in-house repair, with our specialty being restoration and resetting.
Jewelry that is worn frequently over the years usually needs some TLC, prong retipping, resetting, or sizing.
It's so much fun to see the customer's reaction when they see their jewelry looking almost brand new.
Or maybe it's time for a new style. Choose from all styles of settings or let us design one just for you.
Daniels Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
Indiana Physical Therapy is proud to announce their new office opening in October in Decatur.
And welcome back to Heritage High School. It's halftime here in Monroeville. The Knights hold a 20-14 lead in what was a pretty uneventful first half, but that's kind of what we expected, low scoring. Not a whole lot to talk about here at the break, but I know, Greg, you have some halftime stats to share with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about as Heritage taking tremendous amounts of time off the clock with each possession. They only scored 14 points. They only put up 13 shots as they were 6 of 13 as a team. 1 of 3 from beyond the arc and 1 of 4 from the free throw line. They also committed 5 turnovers. Leading the scoring for Heritage, Riley Shane with 5 points. He was 2 of 6 from the field, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc, and 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Ryan Sprague had 4 points, 2 of 2 from the field. Malcolm Smith, 3 points, 1 for 1 from the field. Jarrett Key, 2 points, 1 for 1 from the field. Walter Canapti missed a 2, and Lamar Hudson missed a 3, and that's all the shooting they've had. Just 13 shots in 16 minutes of play. And with the turnovers, only 18 possessions in the first half. That's a ridiculously low number for the Heritage Patriots, and they also got clobbered on the boards. We don't have rebounding stats, but Norwell, big advantage on the offensive boards for sure. For your Norwell Knights, as a team, they were 6 of 20 from the field, so almost over 50% more shots than Heritage in the first half. They were 4 of 12 from beyond the arc. You'd like to see that number a little bit higher, but 4 for 4 from the free throw line in that first half. Not many fouls called. You're not going to get many fouls called in this type of game. Each team, Norwell had 5 team fouls called. Heritage had 5 as well. Norwell with just 2 turnovers in that first half. They were led in scoring by Cody Shively with 13. He was 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, 4 of 6 overall, and hit a pair of free throws. Excellent first half for Cody. Riley Stauffer had 3 points. He was 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Cole Wilson had 2 points. He was 1 of 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. And Will Geiger with 2 free throws. He was 0 of 4 from the field. So I would expect that to shift a little bit, in the second half in his favor. James Smith then was 0 of 4 from the field.
Yeah, Cody Shively, I thought, did a tremendous job in that first half. He forced a couple important turnovers towards the end of the first quarter. The Knights got on a little 8-point run, and it really propelled them to their 6-point lead now. They have not surrendered that lead. The closest Heritage has gotten was 4 since that time at the end of the first quarter. So I think Norwell's doing a consistent job on offense. I think they're doing a great job on defense, holding their own for a long period of time, and that's not easy to do. I know they worked on it the last few days in practice, working on 60-second possessions. Can you get a stop for that long at the same time? That's not an easy thing to do, but they've been doing a good job so far tonight.
Yeah, and you might see even more ball pressure by the Knights in the second half. I'll be interested to see if they make that adjustment. Nobody in real foul trouble. Cameron Mitchell has 2 for Heritage. Cole Wilson and Luke Zettis. Luke got those in the first 45 seconds of the game with 2 apiece for the Knights. As we thought it would be, very low scoring. The Knights with a 6-point advantage. I got to believe they're going to try to speed up Heritage even more in this second half.
Yeah, it worked in the first half, and usually when a coach sees something that works, he's probably going to do it more in the second half. And Heritage is just so young in the backcourt. They've got to get some more experience out there. They're without Mr. Beard, and that's a big loss for this team tonight so far, I think, and it's playing a big role in Norwell's 6-point lead.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's been a game of streaks to this point. Norwell with that opening 3. Heritage rattled off the next 7. Norwell then rattled off the next 10 before Heritage stemmed that. Actually 12 before Heritage stemmed that tide. And it's been a little bit back and forth since then. We've got a couple minutes before the third quarter action. We'll take a quick break here from a couple more sponsors and be right back.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look but old-fashioned integrity.
Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric strives to be your total service provider. Their licensed technicians can handle all of your electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, and now offers duct cleaning. No job is too small or too large for their service professionals. From electrical repairs, water heater replacements, sewer and drain cleaning, well repair, and remodel jobs. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, located behind Lowe's on Commerce Drive in Bluffton, 888-824-3332. That's 824-3332.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
The $5 flavor menu is now available from your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton. To place an order, call 824-5701 or order online at pizzahut.com.
Well, here at Heritage, we're just about set for the second half. I think hopefully the pep band has taken the break for the evening. I know it's tough to hear, but we appreciate you joining us here on WellsCountyVoice.com. Along with Derek Decker, this is Greg Van Meter bringing you the action. We're just seconds away from the second half. Listening to Billy Cyrus. Haven't heard that in a long time. Of course, his now more infamous daughter, Miley. As we get things set up, it's the starters for the Knights on the floor. Shively, Zettis, Stauffer, Wilson, and Geiger for Heritage. Their starters as well. Smith, Hudson. Well, it's not their starters, as Keys is going to start the second half. Out there along with Sprague and Shannon. The Knights, here comes that trap, more pressure. We thought that might happen, but it's a zone trap as opposed to a man-to-man defense. Shane stripped. Oh!
Yeah, that's a good call.
A very delayed call.
It was delayed, but I thought it was a good call. I thought there was a reach in there, but right now it's forcing Heritage to do something that they don't enjoy, and that's moving it quick, cross-court passes. It's something Norwell is very good on the offensive end, and I think that's why they're good at defending it as well.
That's the second foul on Cody. First in here in the second half. Keys being very patient as he's stripped by Shively. Shively quickly the other way, misses the layup, but there's Stauffer pulling down that wasn't Stauffer. That was Zettis on the rebound. Geiger can't get it to go and able to bang it off of a Heritage player. So Norwell with a couple of good looks there. Just not able to make them fall. That's tapped out of bounds and will remain Norwell's ball. Smith knocks it into the lobby. Anytime you see that happen, you always think of the scene in Hoosiers where they break into the trophy case.
Oh, great scene, by the way.
Geiger working on Hudson. Works inside on the pivot. Can't get it to go. Stauffer with the rebound is fouled. Boy, and Will just having a heck of a time getting the biscuit in the basket.
He is, but Riley Stauffer is doing a really nice job on the offensive board as he's pulled down a bunch of them, especially here in the third quarter.
Riley Shane pulls down gets his second foul. There's going to be a foul on the rebound as Cody not able to knock down the three.
It's going to go on Stauffer on the push from behind.
That'll be his first. Team second here in the second half. Norwell setting up in that 1-2-2 trap as Shively takes it away from the freshman again. Able to bat it to Shane. That's Sprague in the corner being double teamed. Looking for help. Smith will force up the jumper, no good. And Shively pulls down the rebound for the Knights. He'll head the other way. Quickly to Wilson for three, no good. And Smith pulls down the rebound.
Norwell's getting great looks here to start the third quarter. I like their game plan so far. It's running on offense, trying to catch Heritage off guard in transition. Just not able to put it in the hole so far in the third.
Norwell's taken 5 shots already in this second half in a minute and a half. Heritage 1. So that's what we're seeing right now. Heritage looking for help. Now, several of those shots are on the offensive glass as Smith throws it away. That'll be another turnover on the Patriots, their second of the second half, 7th on the game. And boy, Jarrett Keys, the freshman, I don't think is quite ready for this level of defensive intensity. Walter Kanapke, the starter, is going to check back in. He's just a sophomore, though. Shively up top. Nice curl play there by Geiger. And Will gets his first field goal of the game. 4 points for Will as the Knights score the first points of the second half.
A little bit of confidence going forward for the freshman as he's finally able to see one drop through.
Another turnover on the Patriots, but it ends up in the hands of Luke Zettis, and he scores. That's Luke's first 2 of the game. Fortunate bounce there for the Knights. They got their first double-digit lead of this one. They just needed to see the ball go through the hole a couple of times.
And this is big danger time for the Patriots. We know that they're having trouble coming back from deficits all year long because they don't score that many points, and a 10-point deficit right now is tough to overcome.
Sprague probably got away with a travel. It's tied up in the corner by Geiger. It'll be the Knights basketball, and that's 4 turnovers on the Patriots early on. Walter Kanapke checks in. Cameron Mitchell's also going to check in for Heritage. Boy, and you just love seeing the Knights get after it defensively. Active hands, active feet. 5:06 left here in the third quarter. Excuse me.
Coach McBride made some nice adjustments at halftime.
He did. He brought out that trap, and it's been very effective so far for Norwell. Baseline move. That's Cole Wilson. He's going to draw the foul. If that's on Shane, it's his third. Nope. It'll go on Malcolm Smith. That's his first. Team's second. And Cole Wilson will go to the line to shoot a pair. Cole on the season shooting 66% from the line. He gets that one to go.
It's not a bad percentage. Slightly below average.
As a team, the Knights are shooting 69%. Stats, of course, provided by Coach Dugan this evening. We really appreciate that. Wilson able to widen that Norwell lead to 12. Heritage very tentative with the basketball. As Shane has lost his dribble, and they're not going to guard him.
Well,
40 feet from the basket.
No reason to.
Now they've got the clock on him. He's able to get it to Kanapke. Mitchell in the middle loses the handle and a very delayed call. That's a tough call, as it'll go on Cole Wilson and be his third. Not much contact there at all. James Smith will check in for Cole. James saw some significant minutes in the first half. Had some good looks. 0 for 4 so far. Shane trying to inbound it, and Coach Singry's going to have to call a 30-second timeout. He's down to 2 timeouts with 12 and a half minutes left in this game. And Derek, the Knights defense looking very strong right now.
Oh, it's swarming. It's just killing Heritage here on the offensive end. They have not come close to a score here in the second half. We're almost 4 minutes in. And
they've taken 1 shot.
Yeah. And that was a little bit of a forced shot. I thought so.
Yeah,
Norwell's
that little
just
12-footer.
Yeah, they're doing a great job right now. And on offense, they're speeding things up. They're running the offense that they want to run. And his pace is kind of shifting more towards what Norwell plays, at least on Norwell's offensive side of the ball. And they're doing a nice job of eventually boosting their lead to their biggest of the game, I think, at 12 points.
Yeah, that's right. Heritage with 4 turnovers in 3.5 minutes here. Coach Singry talking to the official. I don't know that that's going to do a lot of good. They've already gotten a couple of breaks as Mitchell able to get free. Fouled from behind by Geiger. That'll be Will's first foul. as Cameron Mitchell with a nice move to get position.
Well,
Go to the line to shoot a pair.
He got by Will Geiger that time, and nobody stepped over to help, so Geiger had to try to block it from behind, and it results in 2 Heritage free throws.
Mitchell not particularly close on that one. That makes the Patriots now 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Norwell, on the other hand, 6 of 6 to this point. Not a lot of free throws or fouls called as Mitchell.
It's a lane violation.
Yeah.
Will Geiger got his foot in the lane, or would have been another Heritage miss.
Well, Mitchell took so long to get rid of that free throw. He's a 6'3" sophomore. Not a lot of bulk on this Heritage squad as Mitchell misses 3 attempts but gets his own rebound. That's a big rebound for the Patriots.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it took kind of a weird bounce off the rim. Smith in the corner, good for 3.
Now, an offensive rebound the Knights allowed to happen results in 3 Heritage points at that time.
Malcolm Smith, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. The left-handed set shot, nothing but net. Geiger coming out to get the basketballs. We tick under 4 minutes. Good ball movement here by the Knights. They were looking for Cody Shively on the back cut. Instead, Geiger leans in and gets his second field goal. Nice post move there by Will. Knights lead back up to 11. Shane handling it for Heritage. Walter Kanapke was the starting point guard, and he has not touched the basketball here in the second half at all. Shane, nice move to the rim. Saw a crease and gets his 7th point. Good move. Good quick move by Shane.
And the problem for Heritage is they just have too many stretches where they can't score as Stauffer takes it strong to the basket. Timeout Norwell.
Coach McBride burns his first timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and take it with Coach and be right back.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
3:07 left in this third quarter. The Knights with an 11-point lead, and it appears the Pep Bants came back. So we were hopeful. Didn't happen. Heritage will have the basketball after that Knights score. It's McMichael, Geiger, Stauffer, Shively, and Smith on the floor for the Knights. For Heritage, it's Kanapke, Sprague, Shane, Hudson, and Smith as well. Paris Smith's out there. Norwell still in their zone trap. Not a lot of pressure on the ball as Shane leaves it back out to connect. Well, I tell you what, it's pretty tough. I don't care if there is 10 minutes left as Will Geiger falling saves Heritage from a 5th turnover. It's tough to. How do you come back from any kind of deficit?
That's what I'm thinking. The possessions are just so slow that they've got to have a lead the entire game for them to have a chance at the end.
Sprague almost tied up by McMichael. Good hustle by James Smith. Boy, I like that ball pressure. Kanapke holding it up top. That's Shane. As Smith thought about the three. He's already hit a couple. They've only taken 4 on the game. Hit 2 of them. And, boy, that was close to a 5-second call. I really think the Knights could get some 5-second calls if they got out on the ball. Kanapke.
Well, Norwell's got to be content with this defense. They've got a 12-point lead.
Yeah.
They've got no reason to.
Actually, 11.
Well, 11. My bad.
It's all right. Smith will launch another three, short, and the rebound off of Smith. It'll remain Heritage basketball.
And that's one thing Norwell could do a little better, is controlling the 50-50 balls, as that one was kind of tapped around. It's the second time here in the third quarter where Heritage has gotten a second opportunity.
Luke Zettis checks back in for the Knights. Jarrett Keys for the Patriots. Sprague takes a seat for Heritage. That's Lamar Hudson. Big body on Hudson, probably the biggest body out there. Listed at 6'4", and he's got a little size. Riley Shane also listed at 6'4", and very thin, but Shane a much more polished player. Minute 16 left in this third quarter. Knights up by 11. Heritage has taken just a couple of field goals. Lamar Hudson able to bank in a 16-footer. He's taken a couple of shots that make you want to go, but he hit that one. Only the second shot he's actually taken. That's tipped, but it'll remain Norwell's ball. 55.1 on the clock. Heritage has only taken 5 shots in this third quarter, as Cole Wilson's going to check back in for McMichael. Wilson with 3 fouls. So be kind of careful not to pick up that fourth very quickly. Sprague checks back in for Heritage, replacing Kanapke.
Cole's been a guy that has dealt with foul trouble his entire career.
Yeah, he has. Shively looking things over for the Knights. That's Zettis being guarded by Shane. Heritage and Shane with the strip. He'll try to go end to end and travel. Foul's going to be called. That's a tough call, as it'll go on Luke Zettis. That's his third. Wow. Shane, I thought Shane was traveled before he had any contact there. But he'll shoot a couple free throws and hit this one. Shane now 2 of 5 from the line. He can draw the Patriots to within 7, and does. So Shane, after missing his first 2, has hit 3 of his last 4. 35 seconds on the clock.
It's important that the Knights get a good look here at the end of the quarter. Momentum's starting to shift a little bit back towards Heritage. Last 4 points for them. And the Knights need a bucket here at the end of the quarter.
Shively being patient. If they get a good look, they'll take a shot before a buzzer beater type of thing, but they may run it all the way down. 12 seconds left. Smith guarding Shively. Picked up his dribble a little quickly there with 5 seconds. It's Stauffer. That's Geiger up top. Shively with the 3, no good. Rebound bounces around, out of bounds, and that will end the third quarter. Your Knights with a 7-point lead. It's 30-23 here at Heritage. We'll take a break and be back after these words from our sponsors.
Troxel Equipment offers a full line of John Deere equipment. Troxel Equipment features a large inventory of all makes and models of pre-owned equipment that has been well maintained and ready for service. Most of Troxel's pre-owned equipment was traded in from owner-operators. Be sure to ask about our certified pre-owned units. Troxel Equipment has the ability to customize your financing, lease, or installment contracts to meet your cash flow needs. Visit any of our 3 locations in Bluffton, Huntington, or Wabash, or check out our website for our inventory of new and pre-owned equipment. Troxel Equipment, the dealership you can trust.
Every team knows that the three-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm and me, Kevin Beatty, and my team are here to help you go for 3 by combining your home, auto, and life insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home, auto, and life. It's just another way we're here to help things go right. So call me, State Farm Agent Kevin Beatty, at 824-1928 or in Bern at 589-2077.
Welcome back to Heritage. Norwell with the 7-point lead. Heritage will have the basketball to start this fourth quarter.
Well,
that's Shane.
As surprising as it may be, and as lopsided as the third quarter was, Heritage can cut it to a 2-possession game with a basket here, and that's surprising the way the third quarter went.
Yeah, it really is. Heritage with just 3 field goals. That's Jared Keys, rattles in and out on the 3-ball. Stauffer fighting for the rebound, gets it, and timeout. They're saying that the official saying he took his timeout cue from Riley Stauffer. So Knights are going to be charged with a timeout. It's a 30. We'll keep it here, Derek, with 7:34 left in this fourth quarter.
That was interesting. Coach McBride not happy at all that time. It was a timeout called. He certainly didn't call it. I think the officials signaled that it was actually Cody Shively who took the timeout.
Shively.
Riley Stauffer had rolled over with it and had actually gotten the basketball away. And I think it would have been Norwell's ball in transition with a chance for a basket, but instead they'll have the basketball anyway. No big deal. It turns out it's just the second timeout Norwell's used, so at this point doesn't seem to be that important, and they have the basketball anyway.
Norwell, yeah, Cody Shively and the official having a chuckle over that situation. Norwell with 3 timeouts left, Heritage with 2. Norwell's really struggled with their shooting, just 10 of 30 from the field to this point, 4 of 15 from beyond the arc. Heritage, on the other hand, shooting 50% from the field, 9 of 18, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Luke Zetis is going to be charged with the offensive foul, and that looked like a good call to me, Derek.
Well, here's the deal. If Luke Zetis doesn't lose his balance at the end of that, it's not an offensive foul, and he just he stuck his arm out to try to keep balance and just couldn't hang on and fell into him, and he drew the offensive foul.
Grant McMichael will replace Zetis. Picks up his 4th. 16 fouls now on the Knights, just 2 on the Patriots. Walter Kanapke. There was a Will not too many years ago. Very good athlete here at Heritage.
There's been several Kanapkes to run through the Heritage system.
Oh, great block by Will Geiger. It'll remain Heritage basketball. He got his hand on top of that ball as Lamar Hudson headed to the basket.
Hudson was triple teamed that time by the Knights, and it forced the ball out of bounds.
Shane gets it into Sprague. Sprague finds help. Kanapke up top. Shane will launch it and miss the 3. Cole Wilson out-rebounded there by Sprague. Good rebound by Sprague. They'll reset to Shane. Sprague is absolutely no threat to shoot. Hudson, nice recovery there by Stauffer on the baseline.
Norwell's defensive intensity has upticked again.
Ball's loose on the floor. Will Geiger comes out of there with it. It's the 5th turnover of the second half on the Patriots. Excellent defense there by the Knights. 6:14 left on the clock. Heritage still playing that man-to-man defense. Wilson tries to go baseline, and Jared Keys is going to be called for the foul. That's a tough assignment for Keys, as Cole's got several inches and probably 20 pounds on him. It's the first foul on Keys, 3rd on the team. Shively. Oh, excellent pass to Cole Wilson. He just couldn't hold on to it. So they'll reset their offense as we tick under 6 minutes. Norwell pretty spread out here offensively. He'll go one-on-one against Sprague. The step back, loses the handle. Now looking for help. Good job by McMichael to release and get it back to Shively. Stauffer in triple threat position.
Norwell's now kind of playing Heritage's game right
really
now.
Slowed it down. Stauffer will leave it for McMichael. McMichael to Shively. Tough to call this kind of game, as Stauffer wide open for 3. Throws up an air ball, but right there is Will Geiger for the putback. Geiger now with 8 points on the game. The Knights lead back up to 9. There's double figures there for a little while. Shane very patient. That's Hudson on the kick to Sprague. Sprague drives. Good shot fake, but can't get it to go. Stauffer on the rebound, and the Knights head the other way. Shively being guarded by Sprague. Sprague's got 4 points. He's only taken 3 shots. That was his first miss. Stauffer will get it back to Cody, and now McMichael up top. Knights working hard on offense as well. Setting some screens off the ball, some curls. That's tapped by Keys out of bounds. It'll remain Norwell's ball, and Malcolm Smith will check back in, replacing Sprague for Heritage. Smith has been their most efficient scorer. He's hit 2 threes for 6 points and only missed a couple of shots. So getting 6 points on 4 shots is very good efficiency. Smith now guarding Cody Shively, and the Knights really they've slowed down their offense here. Yes, Cole Wilson all the way around and gets the short jumper to go. Nice play by Cole Wilson, took some contact, and the Knights lead now back to double digits. That's 6 for Cole on the game. Shane looking for help. Smith will kick it to Keys on the baseline. It's out of bounds, and another turnover on Heritage. They're 0 for 3 through the first 4.5 minutes of this fourth quarter. Luke Zetis checks back in with 4 fouls. McMichael takes a seat.
Smith did not have a good angle along the baseline that time and just bounced it out of bounds as he was trying to get in the corner to Keys.
Zetis handling it up top, and Shively's fouled by Smith. I think that's a good adjustment by coach to get Shively working off the ball.
Yep.
He may get some more looks here. Cody 0 for 3 in the second half. That foul called on Malcolm Smith, his second.
Well, one of the keys to Norwell's good play here in the last 4 games has been their lack of turning the ball over. They've taken great care of the basketball. Single-digit turnovers in each of the last 3 games.
Just 3 tonight. Cole Wilson finds a cutting Shively. Shively has to kick it back out. Good defense there by the Patriots. As we tick close to 3 minutes, that's going to be a foul on the floor on Heritage. It'll go on Riley Shane. That'll be his third.
Well, this has certainly not been a sparkling game by any stretch of the imagination, but Norwell has pretty much controlled it after the first quarter. And
they really have.
It's been a good road domination to this point where, you know, if there's more possessions in this game, I think they have a much bigger lead.
Oh, absolutely. As Lamar Hudson's going to pick up a foul. Will Geiger trying to drive baseline. That'll be the second on Hudson. And the next one will put the Knights in the bonus. Each team now with 16 fouls. Ryan Sprague will check back in. Lamar Hudson takes a seat for the Patriots. We mentioned it a couple of times. The Patriots probably without their most important player tonight. Well, that's going to be a missed call as that ball was tapped into the backcourt by Malcolm Smith. They charged the Knights with a over and back turnover.
Well, you can see Heritage just being slow again, down 11 points, no sense of urgency
with
at
2.5 minutes in the game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And they're just so one-dimensional. They're not able to play at that faster pace as they turn it over again.
Good defense there by Will Geiger to create the turnover.
Yeah, boy, the way this one's going, Norwell may not put up another shot in this game.
If they do, it may be from the free throw line. As that ball's thrown away. The Knights' third turnover of the second half, 5th overall, and then the Patriots turn it right back to the Knights. Well, we're under 2 minutes to go. Norwell up by 11. Shively with the handle, leaves it for Wilson. Heritage getting very aggressive on the defense. Boy, Cole could have taken it right to the hole there. Just didn't recognize the seam as Smith pushes Shively. No call.
Shively bumping back a little bit.
They've cleared out this side of the floor for Shively. Shively with the Euro move, gets it to go.
Wait a minute. He pulled on the net. They're going to wave that basket off as I think Geiger was there getting ready to tip it in, and it did appear from this angle that it affected the ball ever so slightly because it just kind of hung on the rim and he kind of pulled it in.
Well, that'll be a turnover on the Knights. No shot charge to Shively. Shively with the strip, and a foul's going to be called. I think that's going to go on Cole Wilson. If it is, it's his fourth. It'll send Riley Sheen to the line to shoot a pair.
Heritage has not scored in this quarter.
Yeah, that's right. They've only taken 3 shots from the field.
They've only got a minute 19 left, and as they finally get their first point, they had almost all their action late in the third quarter. That's been pretty much their only time where they've scored here in the second half.
Harrell predicted a total of
94
points to be scored. We're not going to get to 80 as Shane knocks down a pair. Right now, a total of 59 points.
We might not get to 70.
Shane takes a seat as Mitchell checks in for Heritage. Heritage now with full court pressure up ahead to Shively, being bumped by Smith. Finally, they call a foul. That'll be Smith's third foul, and it'll send Cody Shively to the line to shoot 1-1. Cody's only put up 3 shots here in this second half after scoring 13 points in the first half. He hasn't scored. Mitchell takes a seat as a little offensive, defensive switching going on here. Shane back in the game for the Patriots. Cody knocks down that free throw. The Knights perfect from the line so far this evening.
Yeah, he's an 84% free throw shooter on his own. And official checking out the shoe of Riley Shane. Not sure what the deal is here. Yeah, he's checking out his knee or his leg or something.
Well, I wonder if they think there might be some blood on him. I don't know, but they're going to not make him do anything about it. Shively good on a pair of free throws. Knights up by 11 with just over a minute to go. Kanapke, now Shane. Sprague will try to drive and gets the roll. Apparently, Coach Singry thinks he's still in this basketball game with 1:05 left. He uses his 4th timeout. It's a full one, so we'll take a break. The Knights leading 36-27. We'll be right back.
'Twas the month after Christmas, and all through your homes were the remnants of cookies and candies and scones. You ate so much sugar it made you feel crummy, and you can't fit any more in your overstuffed tummy. Plus, you've been running on empty to get everything done, and to exercise now doesn't sound like much fun.
Could this be your post-holiday anthem? The cooking, the wrapping, the running, the sleep deprivation. You've spent the last couple of months worrying about everyone else. It's time to focus on you with a membership to the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne. The YMCA provides physical and social enrichment through family-friendly programs. Whether you're taking a group exercise class, learning a new language, connecting with friends, improving your health and well-being, or participating in family outings with the Y. Start the new year on a healthy, active foot for you and your family. To find out more, go to fwymca.org and request a one-day pass from any Y in Allen, Whitley, and Wells County so you can try the Y for yourself.
Well, here at Heritage with 1:05 on the clock, Norwell will have the basketball coming out of this timeout. Heritage in full court pressure mode. Inbounding is Zetas. He's being guarded by Mitchell. Now leaves it for Shively. Shively being hounded by Smith. Shively into the front court. Good job by Cody. 53 seconds as he gets around Smith. And, boy, if he'd have put that up, he'd have shot 2 free throws. Instead, he's going to shoot 1-1. The foul is called on number 14, Walter Kanapke. His first foul, 8th on the team as Shane checks back in for the Patriots.
Norwell's not going to see another game like this year, so it's kind of tough to judge how much it helps them down the road, and unless, of course, these two teams meet in Sectional 23, which is always a possibility.
Yeah, it is.
But no other team in the area that I can think of really plays this type of basketball anymore. It was popular for a stretch throughout the early 2000s, but ever since then, you don't see very many teams play it anymore.
That's the first free throw that Cody Shively's missed in quite a while, as Keys can't get the three to go. Smith wraps up Cole Wilson for the foul. Cole will go to the line to shoot again, 1-1, and Malcolm Smith, that was his fourth foul. The next foul will put the Knights in the double bonus if we get there. There's only 40 seconds left on the clock. As Wilson, good job knocking down that free throw. Norwell back up by 11.
Now, Greg, there's going to be a significant number of total points more scored in the JV game.
Yeah, that's right. The JV win was 43-37. I don't know how the C team game went. Kanapke launches a three. His only shot of the game goes through with 28.8 seconds on the clock. Singry burns his last timeout. As we will take a quick break to hear from Bluffton Tire real quick. We'll be back. The Knights up by 9 with 28 seconds on the clock.
Bluffton Tire, you know where they're located. Across the street from Bummy's, right at the entrance to the 4-H Park, has been serving Wells County for over 50 years. Bluffton Tire needs to be the first stop for brakes, struts, front end alignment, and offers over 20 different brands of tires. Stop by and see Carrie Jennis today or visit online at BlufftonTire.com for online specials and coupons. Bluffton Tire is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hi, this is Carrie Jennis at Bluffton Tire, and we'll keep you going.
Welcome back to Heritage. It's 39-30 in favor of your Knights. It's been a low-scoring affair the entire way, as we kind of expected it to be. Actually, fewer points than even what I expected, although I knew there was a possibility that this game could end up in the 30s. With just under 29 seconds left, Norwell likely going to shoot some more free throws. Coach Singry taking that timeout, so you got to think Heritage is probably going to continue to foul and try to still get back in this game.
Yeah, well, I've got Heritage now out of timeouts in this one. The next foul also puts Norwell in the double bonus. Shively being guarded by Mitchell, and a foul is going to be called on Cameron. That'll be his third, and it'll send Cody Shively to the line to shoot 1-1.
Yeah, this would be two shots.
Excuse me, two shots. I just said double bonus. Weren't you listening, Derek?
Well, you didn't listen to yourself, so.
Happens a lot, actually. Shively good on the first one. He's 4 of 5 now on his free throws here in this fourth quarter. Shane checks back in for Heritage. Mitchell sits down. And 2 more free throws for Shively. Makes it an 11-point lead again for the Knights. Almost taken away from Smith. Shane will drive and miss. Will Geiger pulls down the rebound, and that should do it. Unless Heritage wants to foul again, and I don't think they're going to. Biggest win for Norwell Heritage in quite a while, Derek. Probably close to 10 years as the buzzer sounds.
We noted in the pregame that they haven't won by more than 8 points, or lost for that matter, by more than 8 points in a game since 2012. So the last time they blew out Heritage was in 2011. It's a nice win on the road in what was kind of a sluggish game like we thought it would be. It's kind of a grinded-out battle, and it's a good win for Norwell going into that conference game coming up here on Saturday.
Yeah, it certainly is. We'll take a quick break, do some figuring, and be back with some stats and the postgame show after these words from our sponsors.
At Adams Memorial Hospital, we care for the things that mean the most to you, your health, your family, and your community. Compassion is just as important to us as being accredited, or our Follow My Health online patient portal, or having top-of-the-line medical technology. Because at Adams Memorial Hospital, exceptional care means listening a little longer, a hug, or a kind gesture from a nurse. Compassion and medical expertise. That's Adams Memorial Hospital. Exceptional care close to you.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult youth double leagues with 1 adult and 1 child per team, or 2 youth may make a team.
and a youth league for ages 4 to 19 starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every game. The Bowling Center in Bluffton, located at 1231 South Scott Street. For complete details, visit bowlbluffton.com, and don't forget about Friday Fun from 12 to 6. Only $1 per game and 50-cent shoes at a smoke-free environment. bowlbluffton.com. bowlbluffton.com.
You care about your community, you shop local, and you enjoy personal interaction. You're doing more than spending your money, you're supporting your neighbors.
Hi, this is Carlos.
And this is Sarah from Bloomin' Boutique in Ossian. We would like to personally invite you to visit our shop, the Bloomin' Boutique, and check out all we have to offer.
At the Bloomin' Boutique, we have daily lunch specials like Taco Tuesdays, Witch Wednesdays, and Aloha Fridays. A large selection of smoothies, frappes, iced lattes, coffees, and teas.
We also carry a large selection of fresh flowers for bouquets and flower arrangements. Our shop is full of handmade, uniquely functional pottery, handmade jewelry, DeBrand's chocolates, and gifts. You don't need to go any further than the Bloomin' Boutique. Grab your latte, lunch, flowers, gifts, and chocolates all in one stop.
Support your local community by visiting Bloomin' Boutique, located at 106 South Jefferson Street in Ossian. Follow them on Facebook to view their daily lunch specials. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. The Bloomin' Boutique.
Located in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the University of St. Francis is a private Catholic university enrolling 2,300 students in majors ranging from the liberal arts to the creative arts to the health services. Small class sizes, personal attention, and the freedom to explore your options. A USF education has a lot to offer. Visit their beautiful campus and see for yourself how you can be a part of the University of St. Francis. Visit usf.edu to learn more about the University of St. Francis.
Yeah, we are wrapping things up outside of Monroeville inside Heritage High School. The final, Norwell 41, Heritage 30. We mentioned it right before we went to break. It was not a whole lot you can say about this one except it's a night's victory. And they kind of took care of business on the road against a now 5-6 Heritage team. And looking to build, they're now on a 5-game winning streak. They haven't lost since the second game of the Huntington North Columbia City Holiday Hoops Tournament. And, you know, they're kind of building momentum towards that Saturday victory. So, and it's a good win. And we know they needed to come in here and do what they needed to do. They just really needed to kind of, I guess, they really needed to take care of business on offense especially, because we knew Heritage was not going to score a lot of points. And they got, 41. You know, you might think in a lot of games that's not winning. But here, with the limited amount of possessions, it was enough to win this one.
Well, the Knights did not shoot it particularly well at all. We'll talk about that more in just a second when we go through the stats. But before we do talk about stats, we've got head coach Mike McBride up here with us in the press area. And, Coach, thanks so much for joining us here in the booth. Well, not the booth. Actually, we're in the pep band area.
In the pep band tonight.
Yeah, and boy, were they loud. I haven't heard anything that loud since we used to be sitting in front of DeKalb pep band, and their band, of course, a lot bigger. But anyway, Coach, nice win tonight. I thought you made a couple of really nice adjustments as the game wore on. Loved the extra pressure you brought in the second half, which kind of opened things up for your squad.
Yeah, you know, on Saturday, we spent a lot of time on that defense because we knew we wanted to use it Tuesday night. And so we really worked hard on it. And then Monday worked on it a little bit more, and we tried to talk about it. We talked about where we wanted to trap hard, where we wanted to kind of gap off, where we have a little wider trap. And the first half, you know, we had a lot of shots we didn't convert.
Yep.
It was a physical game. It was a real physical game, I thought.
Yeah.
And we had some opportunities we didn't convert on down low. I really thought we should have a little bigger lead at halftime than what we did. But we had to overcome a little bit of foul trouble there. I think Cole had 2, and Luke got 2 bang right out of the gate.
Right.
So it was just like, okay, you know, and then where we're going to go, you know, from there. But I thought when we came out second half, and I told our coaches, I said, I want to go 33. And which is that 1-2-2 trap that you saw,
right?
And we really worked on it, and we knew what we wanted to do against their personnel. It was really for this.
Yeah.
I mean, for these guys, and our kids did a great job executing. I thought Coach Shively was really good tonight.
He was very good.
And but our kids did a great job. I thought we overcame some things tonight on the road, and we showed a lot of mental toughness. And so I'm real proud of our guys for that.
Yeah, and you should be. The first 6 minutes, by my count, my recollection, in that third quarter, Heritage got one shot up from the field and had 5 turnovers.
Yeah, and we really should have been a little better than that. I thought we missed a couple blockouts where we should have had some rebounds, and we didn't track down. But we didn't block out the shooter on a free throw one time, and he gets it, and then they get a 3, and then we don't track down another loose ball. And so I thought that was. I thought we could have even been a little better in the third quarter. We had it up to 4, I think 12 maybe, or
right.
at one time, and
yeah.
I was so.
12 was the biggest lead.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. You get a 10-point lead on these guys, it's like 20.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it really is because of how they play and what they try to do. And we just told our guys all week, look, the last 2 days of practice, it's just not going to be a free-flowing game.
Yeah.
It's not going to be free-flowing. You're going to get bumped every possession. You're going to get pushed. You're going to get bodied. And they're physical and they're strong and they play to that, the way they play. And you have to grind it out and be tough. And we wanted to bring some pressure. We don't want to just let them sit back and run their offense because that's what they want to do,
right.
and keep running until they get one of those back cuts. And so we had planned to bring some pressure. Hopefully in the future, maybe when we see them in a tournament later down the road, we'll have some other things in place, some more full court pressure things that we like to do that we just haven't even. We got some other things we like to do defensively we haven't gotten in yet. So, but we had this ready to go for tonight, and that was what we were wanting. And I was real concerned coming in because I'm not going to lie to you. You got 16, 17-year-old kids, and you know where their minds are. Their minds are on that Saturday night conference New Haven game at New Haven. Both teams 3-0. And I just told them, I said, look, we got to take care of our business here and really be locked in because if we're not, it could be tough go. And our kids did a great job of that tonight.
They really did. Didn't shoot it particularly well from the floor. I had them 12 of 33 overall and 4 of 16 from beyond the arc. But once again, Coach, excellent from the free throw line, 13 of 14.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about that all year. So, I mean, free throws is a big thing for us, and we do that, and we try to attack and get to the foul line. And I tell them all the time, if we have the lead with 3 minutes to go in the game, you're going to shoot free throws.
Yeah.
You're either going to shoot a layup or you're going to shoot a free throw, and that was what it came down to. And we were not our best tonight. We were not our best tonight, I did not feel. Maybe, I need to give Heritage some more credit for that because they took us out of some things. But I thought we missed shots that we could have finished.
Yeah.
And we did not have a great shooting night, either from 3 or from inside the arc. And but we were really good on the line, and we really did a great job defensively. And if you can do those things, even when you have a bad shooting night, if you can be good on the free throw line, you can be good on the defensive end, you can give yourself a chance to win.
Well, and it really felt like you after you overcame that little 7-point run early in the first quarter, scored 10 or 12 straight points. I think 12 that carried over into the second quarter. It felt like you guys really had control of this one the rest of the way.
Yeah, and again, like I said, if you get an 8 to 12 point lead on these guys, it's like being up 20.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is because of how they play, and you just have to be accepting of that. We would all like the game to flow a little more, I think, but.
Bring on the shot clock, Coach.
Hey, I would have no problem with it, let me
either.
tell you. I don't have a problem with it. I like to be patient and get a great shot, but I certainly think we can shoot it within 30 seconds. So,
absolutely.
I mean, that's my opinion. But we got the win. We played tough.
Absolutely.
We had good toughness on the road. That's 4 in a row on the road for us. So
right.
We're getting a little bit of a road mentality.
Derek talked about that.
And, we got the right approach, and we got to have that ready. We got 3 days of practice to get ready for New Haven, and that game is not going to be quite this pace. It's going to have a little more flow to it.
Yep.
And they like to shoot it quick, and we're going to have to rebound and take care of the ball and have great possessions. But that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not sure, other than a lot of people in our own locker room maybe that are thinking that we're going to be having a chance to go up there and take them. But that's okay.
It's been done.
Oh, yeah.
I know it can be done. So good luck on Saturday night. We won't be there. It'll be the New Haven crew calling that one.
All right.
So best of luck.
Well, I appreciate it. You guys take care. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Yep.
We appreciate all you do.
Yep. Thanks for being here with us. We appreciate it, Coach. Head coach Mike McBride joining us in the press area. We appreciate that. Well, he's a great interview, isn't he?
He is.
He's never at a loss for words and does a great job of explaining his thinking. Let's go through some stats. First for Heritage. They scored a total of 30. Shot 11 of 25 from just 25 field goal attempts. 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. and 5 of 10 from the free throw line. Committed 13 turnovers, and they were all big. Leading their individual scoring was Riley Shane with 11. Ryan Sprague and Malcolm Smith each with 6 for the Patriots. Walter Konapke hit a 3. And Jarrett Keys and Lamar Hudson with 2 apiece for a total of 30. Real quick here, I want to figure this out. And then 2 for 2. Okay, so for the Knights, they shot as a team 12 of 33 from the field. Just 4 of 16 from beyond the arc. A little bit uncharacteristic for the Knights. They're usually over that 35% mark. But they were excellent from the free throw line. 13 of 14 from the line tonight for a total of 41. Cody Shively, 18, led the way. He was 1 of 2 inside the arc, 3 of 7 beyond it, and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Luke Zetas hit the only shot he took for 2 points. Riley Stauffer ended up with 5, 1 of 1 from inside the arc and 1 of 4 from beyond it. Cole Wilson contributed 8 points. He was 2 of 3 inside and 0 of 2 from outside the three-point arc, but he was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. That's a nice progression by Cole, shooting 66% on the field, hitting 100 tonight. Will Geiger also chipped in with 8 points. He was 3 of 6 from the field and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. James Smith was the only other player to shoot for the Knights. He was 0 for 1 inside the arc and 0 for 3 outside of it. The Knights scoring a total of 41 points and turning it over just 6 times tonight as they move to 9-4. Heritage falls to 5-6.
Well, the only problem that I see with this game forthcoming is, it doesn't really get you ready for Saturday, I don't think. The pace is going to be the complete polar opposite of what we saw tonight. New Haven's not going to hold it. They're not going to be patient. They're going to get a shot up, and they're going to like to run, which I think Norwell's capable of playing at that pace, absolutely. I don't think they have a problem with that at all, but it's just not the same type of game we saw tonight. Norwell comes away with a victory, and one thing that stands out to me, 13 of 14 from the line is it's really impressive.
Yeah, that really is as a team. Now, Cody Shively shot 8 of them, so the majority. But, again, Cole Wilson, 4 for 4, and Will Geiger, 2 for 2. You like seeing that from the team. Need to name a player of the game?
Shively.
Got to be Cody Shively. Yeah, Cody Shively was outstanding tonight, not only with scoring 18 points and really carrying the Knights in that first half when a couple other players were a little bit cold, getting 13, but he just handled the ball so well against the Heritage defense. They do play tough defense. As Coach mentioned, they body you. Cody Shively, your player of the game tonight.
Yeah, I think the most impressive part that stands out from Cody Shively was the end of that first quarter. He created a turnover, got another bucket, and then after a 3, and it gave the Knights the lead. They never gave it back and came away with an 11-point victory this evening on the road.
Yeah, nice win for the Knights as they're becoming road warriors here a little over midway through the season. Big game on Saturday night if you can't get up to New Haven for the boys' game. They will be online on Wells County Voice and AllenCountyVoice.com. We'll be back with you on Friday evening as Derek heads out to D.C. for the inauguration. It'll be just me bringing you the girls' game Friday evening from Norwell, and we'll have to find out if I get anybody working with me on Friday evening. But Derek, have safe travels and enjoy what could be a neat, maybe even once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yeah, it's absolutely a historic event, and it'll be a pleasure to be along with 750,000 of my closest friends at the inauguration.
All right, well, travel safely, my friend. Once again, your final here from Heritage, Norwell 41, the Patriots 30. For Derek Decker, this is Greg Van Meter saying so long, everybody.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.